going to start recording this morning. I told one of the Allens last night, one of the partners last night. Right there is the spot. Okay. Now, 765. So risk from 765, it's not going to be 7 ticks. It's going to be up above this swing right over here. Okay, at 772. It's going to be up above 772. So I'll put it up here at 775. Okay, I didn't fill on that yet. Okay, and now it's starting to get away from me. Now what I went over last night, 765 down to 759. If it goes down to 757, then I'm going to take the order off. Okay. I'm willing to sell it right here. Okay, I am now short, and my risk is up above here. Okay, so I'm short at 765, and I'm looking for it to get at least down to here. My risk is up here. You know, this had the little hiccup going up right now. That's not a good sign for the trade. So I'm actually going to take my risk off. Maybe lock in one tick right here. All right, you see I don't have any risk on this trade right now. And hopefully it's going to tank from here, and we'll be along for the ride. If not, all right, we're out with 1 tick on that one because the white line moved up on us. All right. Richard, go to view, min-max price, auto min-max. Okay. Now we have divergence, so if it does it again right here, see, this is putting in sort of a head and shoulders right here. But I'm waiting to see this bar close, wherever the close of this bar is going to be. Is that the only one we got going on? We have a news event at 10 o'clock. You're short the ES, Mike R said, and I'm waiting right now. Okay, the only high impact. Okay, I'll go take a look at that in just a minute. I gotta do something else really quick right here. What? All right. So now we're waiting. We have a ton of divergence right here. What we need to see it do at this point is close down. You know, this turn down and price get down below the MA1. Okay, that's what we need to see it do at this juncture. All right, Mike R said he's short the ES too. Guys, for those of you who are watching the 2100 tick, I'm going to slide the YM over here. Okay, now we need to see the white turn down right here. risk is going to be up above 775, so you have to be comfortable with that amount of risk. There it is. Wow. Okay, so I'm putting my risk up above 775. I'm putting it up at 777. All right, I'm short right there. And now I'm sliding my stop up to break even plus a tick. Okay, and we'll see where this thing's going to go. All right, I'm just going to lock in a little bit of profit right there. I got to do something else over here on another monitor right now. Okay, so we just took some profit on that. We shorted right there, took profit in there. And where was that last one that we did? Oh, right over here. We shorted over here, I think, right? No, down here. And took profit right there. The cycle and the combo going in the same direction. On the, you're talking about on the ES. Yeah. Everything's all going down together right here. We covered that last night too. And everything's sliding down in the same direction. Do you guys see that? That's what Mike R was just saying. Everything right here is all going in the same direction. And the white is to the left. To the left. We do have a high impact news event coming out in 16 minutes. Oops. What's the date today? The 3rd, right? All right. Sorry, I missed this over here. Oops. All right. I'm going to slide this down here so we can just jump on it over here if we want to. All right. Now everything's moving up here. We talked about this last night a little bit too, when everything's going in the same direction. Unfortunately, it's going in the opposite direction of everything on the ES over here right now. But with them all up here, then it's either going to all roll over and move down, or it's going to cause some divergence. Okay. Um, 6E. Let's go over and look at the 6E. My 6E is a little messed up because I had to restart a few minutes ago. If I remove the triple trend, there we go. Then on the 6E, it is to the left and it did move up. Remember what I said last night? Oh, Bill, did you go to the meeting last night, Bill? I think you did. I went over about these big bars like this. Okay, when those bars give the signal. Right now, if you look at the 6E right now, there's a whole bunch of those bars. You see this? This is on a 500 contract, and we have all these bars right here. These are almost twin towers again. So it looks like it's waiting for something. Is there some, I gotta check and see something here. There might be some news event coming on. European news event or something going on right now. Let me just check that. Alright, I'm gonna blow this up a little bit. You're short right here at the BBC, Mike. Mike R, for those of you guys who are looking at the ES and following Mike. Okay. Today is Friday. Let's see. Non-farm employment change. This is the pre-market stuff. Okay, we had non-farm employment change. It was 243,000. Consensus was 150. That's a pretty significant change. Unemployment rate was 8.3%. Consensus was 8.5. That's supposed to be good news. Average hourly earnings month over month was flat. And at 10 we have ISM, non-manufacturing, and factory orders. ISM consensus is 53.1. Okay, and the factory orders, the consensus is plus 1.5%. Okay, this was one of those things that I mentioned last night when it does that little thing right there, and then it continues in the direction of the longer term. So, you know, right there, that move up would have been something to look at. Let's see. The 6E is still going sideways right here on the 500 contract anyway. Yeah, even the 4-tick range. The 6E is not really tradable right here, guys. After last night, me saying the 6E is the market to trade right now. Now I'm saying it's not really tradable. Yep, the YM 4-tick. You remember that last night? You guys had asked me to trade it live today. The stuff we went over last night. I have a YM 500 too, right there. So far we're up 44 ticks on the YM. 2 trades, 44 ticks profit so far. Okay, the last thing that we went over last night Dwayne, when I stepped away for a few minutes, Dwayne took over and went over some naked 2100 stuff, and I don't even have my naked 2100 because I had to reboot. But when I had everything all started up, I had my naked 2100 going. I don't have it going right now, by the way. we went over that too. The last few things that we went over. Okay, I gotta, you know what, now that I think about it, I'm gonna put that out there. Workshop number 46, right? I'm gonna put it out there in the Daniels server.
You hear me, Mike?
I can hear you now, Bert.
Oh, okay. What's going on, bud?
Not too much. Not too much. We went over a lot of stuff last night.
Did you?
But yeah, a lot of it was continuation of the week before. But one of the things that we ended on, I'm actually recording the live trading room this morning. Oh, at least some of it. I'm probably not going to record the whole thing, but I'm going to record some of it. We went over stuff on the YM 4-tick range, just using the combo the way you see it right here. All right.
Yeah, I saw that. Just saw that with the Dow a few minutes ago.
Yep, a little bit different than what we normally do with it, and fewer criteria for qualifying. The risk
That's
is
good.
not preset because it's based on price action. Target's not necessarily preset, but it's usually based on price action too. And yeah, just fewer things. You know, we don't have the BBC on here. You may have noticed, so we're not looking for the BBC and the MA1 cross right now. What we're looking for really is the combo to give us the initial trigger to get in the trade. Okay. Divergences play a big part on this. When you're just using the white line, like right over here, for instance, you know the divergence was right here. The cycle part of the combo never turned blue during the divergence. That suggests that you're going to get a pretty good move. And that's just look for things like that. You know, watch them happen. And I thought I would record a little of this morning so that we can.
Well, I'm sorry. Are you recording now?
I am.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
okay. It's all right. I just want to record the live trading room the way that we normally run it.
Sure.
And, you know, when we take the trades and all that stuff. 560 possible big move up. Here's possible all lines. 4-tick at the bottom. Still early, but something to look for. Okay. I do see what you mean. All lines are at the bottom. It's pretty choppy. It looks like the 6E is in a position here to have a big move one way or the other. You know, I can draw. Oops. I can draw a trend line. I'm sorry, I just got a text. I can draw a trend line up and down here, putting the triangle on. Okay, I'll do that for you so you can see it. There's one end, and now this is a very small time frame one. If we were to back it up like this, let me take this one off. Come on, let me take that one off, and we'll put another one on. It's a little more meaningful. There we go. All right. That's where the 6E is stuck right now. All right. If it breaks out one way or the other, it's probably going to have a big move, I would think. Okay. Hang on. Texting. Can you hear me typing? There we go. All right. So the ES is moving up. We're starting to get a little divergence over here on the YM, but it's not quite there yet. The BBC over here in the 4-tick range is just flat inside the box. This is not a good time to be into the ES right now. You want to wait until that gives us some sort of direction. Live trading room, that one's still going. Oops, that was close.
Good, thanks. And you?
Pretty good, sir.
That's good.
What's new? The numbers this morning good, bad?
No, they were terrible.
There's they're still coming out actually. Oh, so far they've been good. We had a non-farm unemployment change was quite a bit higher than anticipated. Unemployment rate was lower than anticipated. 8.3%. Average hourly earnings were flat. We have ISM non-manufacturing coming out at 10, and factory orders coming out at 10. So ISM PMI is the high impact. The turn up in the 6E is yes, it is happening. It is happening, but it is totally flat right here. It may work out, but I'm going to let this one sit. I'm actually recording right now, Dwayne, just so you know.
Okay.
I had told the guys last night I would record a little bit of the live trading room this morning because they wanted to do the stuff that I showed on the YM last night, the YM 4-tick range. They wanted to do it in here live, and I think that some of them couldn't make it today to the live trading room.
Okay.
So they asked me if I would record a little bit of it. So I am. I've taken 2 trades there so far. We're up 44 ticks.
Good job.
So far. And we have a high impact news event right now, so I'm not going to place any trades right here. Alright, the BBC has been flat inside the box so far from the open. So from about 9 o'clock, so for the last hour, the BBC has been flat inside the box. And Chris, I forgot what I... There it goes. That's the high impact news event right there, guys. Causing high impact. We're just going to let it go here for a couple of minutes. And let's see what the actual news is.
Yeah, let's see what Mr. Rick Santelli says. ISM 56.8.
56.8. Okay, so that's good news. Factory orders are down, though. Factory
That's
orders
number since February of 2011. Factory orders are up 1.1%.
Yep. They were anticipating 1.5% on the factory orders. The PMI is month over month. Last month it was 52.6. This month it's 56.8. They're anticipating 53.1. Carl, on the ES, where are you on? Which time frame, Carl? They changed how they calculate the numbers on the employment. Oh, that is just pathetic.
No, and then they'll revise them after that. So.
Yeah. Obama's going to take credit for changing the numbers. Oh, but he won't call.
All right, zone overhead, final zone of the week, 39.40. See if we can do it. We got to 38 already. This pop here might take us there. Pull back to BBC, or the MA1 at 36.
Yeah, it's well, the 2100 doesn't have the cycle in the right place to take the trade from there. The 4-tick range needs a higher swing, and the 10K, you would be looking at 35.75 limit probably. Looking for it to get up to 38.75, so there's 3 points in between there. That was good. There's bullish divergence here. Carl, what What time frame were you looking at on that one? Oh, really, Raja? That's been the policy for decades. When people are dropped from the unemployment benefits after 99 weeks, they become discouraged workers, and they're no longer counted as unemployed. The 4-tick range at 944. So right over here. Right. I liked it. I liked looking at that a little better on the 2100 tick, Carl. With this much volume on the ES, hang on, there's another YM trade setting up right here. Now we have some divergence setting up. All the lines are headed down, but we have some divergence setting up over here. So if we close up above here, my risk needs to be down here, like 790. But we have to see how it's going to come together here. We got to see the white line turn up. My risk is now going to be at 789. So I have to be comfortable with the risk when I get into the trade. Okay. The 6E, it looks like it was just waiting for the news event to come out, because it just moved down and pierced a red envelope from the bottom on the 500 contract. I'll show you that in just a second. Okay, I'm waiting to see if this YM is going to come together or not. See shadowstats.com for the real unemployment numbers, the real inflation rate, and others. I might thank you for that, Raja. Okay. Now, so far we would need 7 ticks risk on the YM. But we have to see how this is coming together here. Alright, we're losing the divergence. So I'm starting to think that this is going to be a non-issue. Alright, this is what I wanted to show you on the 6E. To the left, close down below to the left, and we pierce the envelope from the bottom, suggesting a good move down. Yes, statistics do lie. Alright, I think the YM setup is not going to work out here. So I'm not going to take that trade. And I'm still on hold here on the ES. Okay, it's a mixed bag pretty much across the board on the ES right now.
The YM, you're sitting right on top of the zone at 785, 790.
Oh, I am. Why are my zones not on here? Oh, because I took them off. There we go.
Yeah, I mean, that may not be part of the setup that you're doing right now, so.
No, I think we were looking at it. We had the zones on it last night, but I had to restart this morning, so I lost everything that I did last night. But we were looking at it without regard to them, even though they were on the chart. Okay, but if it turns long, and it just did, well, yeah, if this bar closes up, this current bar, if it closes up, then the risk would need to be below 790. I would anticipate it moving up here above 800, above 805. Okay, so we all just need to wait and see when this bar is going to close. Okay, 6E long. Yep, the 6E just moved to a long position. The 6E 500 contract. I'll show you that again in a minute here. Okay, I'm into this. 796, my risk is going to be 8 ticks, and well, my target's out at 20. I'll leave it there for right now. Okay, but I'm long 12,796 on the YM right here. Alright, my risk is right here. 88, I have it actually right here. It's not really a lot of divergence left here, though. Alright. I just took my risk off because we don't have any real divergence left. I'm locking in one tick. Okay, I just took one tick on that because we didn't have any divergence left there. Sorry, guys. I wasn't paying close enough attention to that. It takes a while for 8 orders to execute. It seems like it takes it a couple of seconds. But at least I'm moving around well. Alright. Now I'm going to slide this over here, and this over here, and wait and see what happens, okay? The 6E, I wanted to show you guys the 6E. Bob earlier mentioned the 6E long was right in here once we had the close up. Okay, so right in there was a 6E long, right in here was a 6E short, in here was a long, in here was a short, and right here was a mixed up one that I mentioned with the long bars. No, Graham, I'm out of the YM trade right now. I had moved my risk, I'd pretty much taken my risk off, moved it to +1 tick, and I got out of it really quick. Oops, wait a minute. This says I'm still in. I don't know how that happened, but it said I was still in somehow. It said I was still long 3. It still says I'm long 3. Or no, actually it says I'm short 3 here right now. So we got to get that fixed. Bert,
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah, I see you're short 3 right now.
It shows it short 3 right here, but it doesn't say anything on my DOM. Yep.
All right, you need to get out, Mike.
Yes.
1 minute.
Hang on, let me just get out on this one right here.
There. That one's done. The other ones were...
Yeah, that wasn't right. And
The
I'm
other
still
two-
+2 at this one. What the heck?
Yeah, and the other ones, you need to go flat the other 2. Okay, flat, flat.
That wasn't right. Okay, so it's flat across the board right now.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That was not right.
Did a few get too many extra? Is that it?
I don't know what happened there. It should have executed my stop, and it actually turned one of them all the way around. I think it executed too many on one.
Did you get a partial?
Nope, it didn't show a partial on the DOM. It said I was clear on the DOM.
Okay. All right, we'll take a look.
Okay. Yeah, because it ended up losing me quite a bit, I think. All right. Anyway.
There's the zone, 3940
39.40.
on the ES.
Oh, on the ES, okay. I was just looking over on the YM because we were just coming off the zone on the YM. All right, there's a zone, 39.40. Right there was the possible entry if you wanted to take it. You missed the long on the 6E. You had your order at 86 and it didn't fill. Yeah, I see. Let me go back there. Okay, right there. All right. Yeah, that's funny, Bert. I recorded all that. So we can go over and look at it again if you want. All right. Well, speaking of the recording, I'm going to actually stop the recording right now, guys. Okay? Because it's got to convert, and I don't want it to stomp all over itself later. All right? It ends up using a lot of resources. Maybe I should just leave it on for a minute. Good. Then you'll see. I had gone long right here, and I moved my stop up to +1 tick, and it came back out and got me at +1 tick. It should have taken me out all of them. It said it took me out all of them at +1 tick, but it reversed something. Yeah, I shouldn't have any orders on right now, though. Right, Bert?
Check.
I should have no working orders right now.
I'll check.
Okay, yeah, I'll go look at that. I'll go look at that, Rush. Before I do, there's another trade coming up right here, I think. So let me just get it ready, and hopefully it won't happen again. Oops. Not that dumb. It's dumb. I did. I slid it up. Hang on. I'm trying to get my DOM together here. 816. Okay, I'm going long again right now at 817. All right, with my risk, I'm going to put my risk at 808. Now, watch. I'm moving my stop up. I'm getting ready to move my stop up. Here, I'll move my target down instead. Okay, now it says I'm flat. I'm all out. All right, with 56. I took one tick on that. The ES is right at resistance and at a weekly trading zone. So I got out of that one, but I just wanted to make sure that it executed the order right. But it got out at one tick, and it looks like I'm all the way out. If I go to individual accounts. There. Okay. So it executed properly that time. Yeah, one guy really. That just wasn't fair. Alright. Well, we'll be able to watch it in the video later. Alright, I took the YM motor off because we're right at the weekly trading zone and resistance here on the 10K. Okay. Now let's take a look at this 6E thing over here. This is pretty crazy. This is what you said you just missed there a minute ago, Bob. You had your order sitting right here, and you didn't get filled, and then it went up from 86 all the way up to 23. Darn, that would have been a nice move for you. That would have been nice. Make some hay there. Okay, yeah, we can go over it, Bert. I think what it did was it said it executed and got me flat, and then it popped up a message. If I remember the sequence, it popped up a message that said move failed, but it had already said it got me flat. And then I wasn't flat anymore, and it didn't show any orders on the DOM. And I think I was still... I think it actually flipped me around and put me short 5, is what I think happened. And that happened right here. It put me short when it was running up right here. Something like that. We'll go over it when I get the recording. Okay. All right. Speaking of that, I'm going to let the recording go for another 10 minutes, and so the first hour will have been recorded, and then I'm going to shut the recording off, and I can put it out on YouTube, and we can put a link to it. But right now, so far, I've got 56 ticks profit. That's, with 8 contracts, that's just 7 ticks. It should be more than that. It should have been probably 24 ticks more than that. Probably we should be up at about 80 ticks right now. But we're just gonna wait. We'll get there in a few minutes, I think. We should have some opportunity here. Off of these zones, we should see a move down, I would think. All right. The 6E is resting right here. It's taking a little rest, a little siesta. All right, now watch it on the move up. This is what I think. This is called a bugle right here. It's like the opposite of a triangle. It's not drawn in exactly right, but it's almost being honored. It's pretty close. And if price breaks up above this, I would anticipate a big move up. Okay. You see that move over here? Those of you guys that have been watching the 6E 500 contract. Right here was the entry. Right in here was the entry. Okay. And once the entry came in, actually once you got the up right here, so it was right here. Right where you were trying to enter, Bob, and you didn't get filled at 86, right in that range there. Don't mean to rub it in. But you had a pierce of the blue envelope right after that, suggesting this was going to keep going. And it did. Okay. All right. Does anybody have any questions? Fix suggestion, print. You have a suggestion how to paint the signal at the proper bar on the lines that paint later than desired. Okay, you can show me that later, Brent. 6E divergence on the 4-tick. You're talking about this 6E 4-tick. Here it is. Yep. Yeah, we definitely have some divergence going over there. This is what you're talking about right here. So if the white rolls up and you get a close up above the MA1 on the 6E, then that should have a strong move up. And if it does do all that, I would say 3134, 3140 up in that range is where it should get to. Okay. All right. So it is selling off up here a little bit anyway. Okay. Raj. Oh, that stinks. BT. Oh, we don't even have the green line on there. I'm going over something else that I went over last night. All right, I'm actually recording this. I'm recording so far for the first bunch. All right, big move down there. Yeah. So it didn't allocate at all. That's what happened. I'm sure of it now. Because when it was moving up over here, it was short 3 on one account, and the other two accounts hadn't changed at all. So instead of allocating it across the accounts, it just applied it to one. Anyway, we are right now looking at the 6E. The 6E is looking like it's ready to move up from where it is. It just did a little bit of a retracement. It's just starting to move up. Here's the 6E. Follow the white line. This is what you're talking about, PT, the white line over here on the 6E. The stuff that I went over on the YM last night, I mean, you can do it with the white and the green line, the same stuff, but some of the partners in the meeting last night had asked me if I would trade this live today, just so that everybody could see it and record it when I was trading it. So I'm doing all that. Okay. It's actually 10:28. I'm going to stop the recording in about 2 minutes because it's going to take a while for that to convert. And then I can stick it out on YouTube so you guys can watch it if you want to. What did we end up with yesterday? We had one loss yesterday, right? And so far today we've had 3 trades on the YM. I don't think did I mark that last one? Yeah. We got 1 tick on that one. We got a few ticks on the one before it, this one, and 1 tick on that one. Alright. And now we have some divergence here. What we need to see is the white line turn all the way down. Okay. The YM is in a weekly trading zone. Okay, thanks, Cliff. The YM's right in the middle of a weekly trading zone. Yes, it is. Yes. Yes, it is. Alright. I'll slide that over there for right now. Let me fix this. On the 6E. Oh yeah, the green did cross over it. Well, that's... Don't say it's ruining it. It could actually be making the trade. No, going long here would be a hard thing for me to do. With the ES being right into a zone like this, resistance printing right above it. I would be much more comfortable going short. So I would rather have no signal on the long side and then get something good on the short side. Right now on the YM4 tick, we're setting up some nice bearish divergence right here. So what we need to see is the white line move down and it close down below here. Okay. And hopefully that'll happen. But we're right at the zone. Okay. So we need, for all this to happen, we need to get price down below 785. Okay. And if that happens, your risk is going to have to be above 795. You can see that right now. Okay. And the ES is just stuck here looking at the zone. It's staring it right in the face. Shadowstats.com. Triple bottom on the YM zone. Good stuff. Alright, I'm waiting for the YM to give us the signal here. Over here on the 500 contract, the normal YM trade that we would take would be a short from up here at 798. Okay, we'd be looking to get short from 798. It's going right into a zone, so I wouldn't do it. What I will do though is I'll take this trade if it flips down and price gets down below 785. Okay. You could almost put just a sell stop here at 12,785 and see where it goes. I'm not going to do that, but you could almost do that. All right. And there it's pulling back up to the BBC over here on the 500 contract. Alright, and now it's starting to lose divergence here. But I think it's still got the potential though. I'm going to slide it over here a little bit. Look at that 6E now, Bob. Gotta wait for the down close on this bar on the 6E 500. Okay, the down close on this bar. It's gonna need a lot of risk. The risk is gonna have to be all the way up here. Alright, that bar is not closing down, it doesn't look like. That's why we wait. Patience, guys. That's what keeps you out of those trades. Alright, I'm going to stop my recording right now. The trade didn't set up here on the 4-tick range YM, and it didn't set up on the 6E. Okay, and we're right at a weekly trading zone here on the ES, so we're kind of stuck in the mud. Alright, I'm going to stop the recording.